Beloved chosen ones, have you ever felt a presence around you, almost tangible, as if the world is leaning in closer to see who you truly are? Perhaps you've experienced moments where others seem captivated by your every move, their eyes lingering a little longer, their curiosity running deeper. This isn't just happenstance, it's because your light, the divine spark God has placed within you, has begun to shine so brightly that it can no longer be hidden. They finally see the real you, and now they are desperate to connect with you. Let me take a moment to pause and express my deepest gratitude to all of you who continue to support this mission of hope and truth. To those who have generously given through super thanks, your kindness and encouragement are what make this work possible. You are a vital part of this journey, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you. If you feel a stirring within your spirit as you hear these words, I invite you to comment 999 below. A powerful declaration that you are stepping boldly into the purpose God has called you to. But why now? Why does it feel as if your life is under a magnifying glass, with every step closely observed and every word deeply analyzed? What is it about this moment in time that has awakened such an intense focus on who you are? The answer lies in the divine plan that God has set in motion for your life. Just as Joseph's brothers couldn't ignore the brilliance of his dreams that spoke of his divine calling, your light too has begun to unsettle the world around you. It has stirred admiration, sparked jealousy, and ignited a desire in others to draw near to you. But what they see is only the surface. The fullness of your calling, the depth of your purpose, is something that can only be revealed by God. Have you noticed how your presence brings clarity to some, discomfort to others, and an undeniable curiosity to many? When God's favor rests upon you, it is impossible to remain unnoticed. You are a beacon of light, cutting through spiritual darkness and disrupting the ordinary flow of life. This is why they are drawn to you, some for inspiration, others out of envy, and many because they sense that connecting with you could unlock something profound in their own lives. To everyone watching, this moment is not by chance. There is a reason you are here. As we move forward, we will uncover the deeper truths of what it means to live as one of God's chosen ones. Why do others feel an unexplainable pull toward you? What challenges come with carrying such a powerful light? And how can you navigate the journey of being seen so clearly for who you truly are? Just as Joseph's trials led him to a place of unimaginable influence and purpose, your journey is leading you to something far greater than you can imagine. Stay with me as we explore the answers together. This is the beginning of a powerful revelation, a moment where you will come to understand not only why they are so desperate to connect with you, but also what God has prepared for you as His chosen vessel. Are you ready to step fully into the purpose God has designed for your life? Let's uncover the mystery and walk this path together. God's chosen ones, they finally see the real you and are desperate to connect with you. For many, encountering you, a chosen one, is like standing before a living mountain, a force so monumental that its very existence demands change. You are not simply seen, you are experienced. Your presence awakens something primal and profound within others, something they cannot articulate but deeply feel. It is as though you embody a challenge: become more, rise higher. Those who cross paths with you sense an energy that both fascinates and overwhelms them, drawing them closer like a force of nature. This connection is not born of casual admiration. It is a deep soul-level necessity, a yearning for something they have always known existed but could never touch. You are to them the answer to an unspoken question. Have you ever wondered why people look at you with that mix of awe and confusion? Why they seem obsessed unable to tear their gaze away. It is because your very existence disrupts their slumbering spirit. You awaken them. Without trying, you stir existential questions they have long buried. Who am I? What is my purpose? Why does my heart stir when I see you? You are not merely an inspiration, you are a disruption. Like a gust of divine wind sweeping through a stagnant room, your presence unsettles the comfortable, revealing how empty their routines truly are. What once seemed meaningful now feels hollow. It is written in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." Your light exposes what others do not want to see. And therein lies the conflict. You do not just inspire, you expose. You shine light into the shadows of others' souls, revealing not only beauty, but also brokenness. You become a mirror, reflecting the truth that many fear to confront. The admiration they feel for you is pure, but it is also painful. Have you noticed how some approach you with reverence, only to later withdraw in discomfort, resentment, or even anger? It is not you they reject. It is the truth your presence reveals. They want the light you carry, but recoil from the clarity it brings. Like Peter, when confronted with the divine power of Christ, they say, "Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." Luke 5:8. This is the paradox you live within. The fascination you provoke is not one-sided. It takes its toll on you as well. You feel the weight of being a chosen one, the constant gaze, the endless questions, the unspoken expectations. It is as if others see you as a key to unlocking their own mysteries, and yet they forget that you too carry burdens. They see your light, but do they see your struggles? Do they understand how exhausting it is to be both a beacon and a mirror? Even Jesus, the ultimate chosen one, felt the emotional toll of being surrounded by those who sought him but did not understand him. He withdrew often to pray in solitude, as described in Luke 5:16. But he often withdrew to the wilderness to pray. But remember this, your light is not yours alone. It is divine. You are not the source. You are the vessel. Your uniqueness, the very thing that isolates you, also confirms your purpose. This duality, the blessing and the burden, is what sets you apart. It is no coincidence that you often feel alone, even when surrounded by others. The path of the chosen one has always been one of isolation and transcendence. Think of Moses, who ascended Mount Sinai alone to meet God. Exodus 19:3. Think of Elijah, who found the voice of God not in the earthquake or fire, but in the stillness of solitude. 1 Kings 19:12. To walk as a chosen one is to walk a narrow, sacred path. And yet, those who encounter you feel it, the sense of standing at the edge of something sacred. You are a living portal, a threshold between the mundane and the divine. It is not just your presence that stirs them. It is what you represent. You're a reminder that there is something greater beyond this life, something eternal, something holy. When people are near you, they feel closer to the infinite, as though you carry the keys to a realm they have long forgotten but desperately long to explore. It is no wonder they obsess over you. To them, you are the bridge between what is and what could be. So ask yourself, what will you do with this light? Will you hide it, or will you let it shine? Will you curse the weight of this calling, or will you embrace it as a sacred trust? For it is written in John 8:12, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Let them see you clearly. Let them reach for you, not because of who you are, but because of what you carry. You are chosen, not to be worshipped, but to lead others to the one who chose you. Embrace your light, for it is not a burden, it is your greatest purpose. Chosen one, here lies the paradox. No matter how much people try to draw close to you, they can never fully reach you. This unreachability is not born of arrogance, nor is it a deliberate attempt to create distance. It's the nature of the light you carry. Your light is a gift, meant to be shared but never possessed. When it shines, it does far more than guide. It attracts, it confronts, and it transforms. Those who approach you experience a mixture of reverence and confusion, as though standing before something that transcends the normal laws of existence. Your presence is not just physical. It radiates an unseen frequency, a vibration that touches the deepest and most forgotten corners of their soul. It is a frequency of truth, a reminder of the divine, a whisper of lost perfection, and a nudge toward the hidden potential they fear to explore. But this light is also a double-edged sword. Have you noticed how those drawn to you often come with their own expectations, their own hopes, and even their unspoken frustrations? They see you as a guide, but in their desperation, they sometimes transform you into a target. You become the object of their projections, the answer to their unvoiced questions, the balm for their unseen pains, and the symbol of the desires they cannot fulfill elsewhere. This is where your trial begins, the constant challenge of discerning who approaches you with sincerity and who merely seeks to consume the light you bear. Being chosen is not just a blessing. It is a test of endurance, wisdom, and faith. You are a lighthouse in the storm, guiding others to safety. But lighthouses, too, must withstand the fury of the waves. As it is written in Isaiah 42:6-7, I will make you a light for the nations, to open eyes that are blind, to free captives from prison, and to release from the dungeon those who sit in darkness. You are chosen to bear the light, but carrying it comes at a cost. People come to you with their wounds and burdens, their restless souls crying out for answers. They look to you to fill the voids within them, often forgetting that you, too, carry a weight of your own. Have you ever felt alone in a crowd, surrounded by people, yet profoundly isolated? It is not uncommon for the chosen ones to feel this way. The depth that draws others to you is also what sets you apart, for few can withstand the truth that surfaces when they come near. Your light reveals not only beauty, but also the shadows they have long ignored. Some will turn away, unable to handle the discomfort. Others will cling to you, not out of love, but out of a desperate need to feed on your light. In such moments, you must remember this truth. You are not here to please everyone. You are here to lead, like Jesus, who bore the weight of the world while walking among those who misunderstood him. You are called to embrace both the gift and the burden of being chosen. And so, you must learn the delicate balance between giving and protecting. To fulfill your purpose, you must discern when to open your heart and when to guard it. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. Even Jesus withdrew to protect his spirit, retreating to pray alone when the weight became too great. Matthew 14:23. You, too, must preserve your essence, for your light must not be extinguished by the demands of others. Ask yourself, who truly seeks my light and who seeks to consume it? Who draws near out of love and who comes with an agenda? Remember this, chosen one. Your light is a reflection of the divine. It is not yours to diminish or hide, but it is yours to steward. You are not alone in this journey. For every burden you carry, there is strength provided by the one who called you. In 2 Corinthians 4:6 it is written, For God who said, Let light shine out of darkness, made his light shine in our hearts to give us the light of the knowledge of God's glory. Trust in this light, guard it wisely, and let it shine as it was meant to, not for the sake of those who misunderstand it, but for the glory of the one who placed it within you. For those who seek the chosen ones, The desire for connection often transcends conscious understanding. It's as if their souls recognize something their minds cannot yet name. Have you noticed how people are drawn to you, not fully understanding why? Some approach you with purity, seeing you as a beacon amidst the storms of their lives. They are guided by a longing for truth, clarity, and peace. But others come with murkier intentions, emotional voids they hope you will fill, or shadows seeking to feed off the light you carry. These encounters are not coincidences, they are part of your journey. For you, the chosen one, discerning these intentions is not just important, it is vital. Every interaction you have can either strengthen you or drain you, guide you forward or divert your path. This is the paradox you must navigate. The more you're sought after, the more elusive you seem to become. It is not a deliberate distance you create, but the very nature of your calling. Your essence, that divine light within you, cannot be claimed, imprisoned, or possessed by anyone. Have you ever felt that the harder someone tries to hold on to you, the more intangible you become? This is because you were never meant to be the final answer for anyone. Your role is to point others to their own truths, to show them the way back to the divine. And yet, this unreachability is what makes you indispensable. Like John the Baptist, whose purpose was to prepare the way for Christ, John 1:23, you are not the destination but the guide. Your mission requires balance, a constant dance between shining brightly for others and guarding your own essence. You cannot dim your light for fear of attention, nor can you allow your purpose to be derailed by the expectations of others. This is why your connection to the divine is critical. It is the source that replenishes your strength, renews your spirit, and reminds you that your light is not your own. It is a reflection of something far greater. Chosen one, do you feel the weight of walking between two worlds, the earthly and the sacred? Every step you take resonates beyond what you see, echoing into unseen dimensions. You are a bridge, navigating emotional and spiritual landscapes that few can comprehend. This path may feel solitary, but it is profoundly meaningful. Every interaction you have has the potential to shape not only the lives of others, but also your own understanding of your greater purpose. It is a journey that requires courage, resilience, and faith. Have you noticed how those who come to you, even in their pain, anger, or confusion, often leave with a sense of peace, clarity, or hope? This is because you possess a gift, the ability to transmute energies. You're like a spiritual alchemist, turning shadows into lessons, chaos into harmony. But this gift comes at a cost. To transform the energies of others, you must first face them, temporarily absorb them, and return them renewed. This process requires immense spiritual resilience. It is why Jesus often withdrew to pray alone, replenishing his strength. Luke 5:16. Your connection to the divine is not optional, it is your lifeline. Your impact often transcends the moment. A conversation, a word of understanding, or even your presence can plant seeds in others that may take years to grow. Have you ever heard someone recount how a single encounter with you changed their life? This is because you do not simply interact, you plant seeds of transformation. These seeds may be invisible at first, but they grow slowly, leading others to question, to grow, and to align more deeply with their purpose. It is a quiet, powerful impact that echoes far beyond what you can witness. You may never see the full harvest, but rest assured, the seeds you plant are bearing fruit. However, you must also remember this truth. You cannot save everyone. You were not meant to carry the weight of the world alone. Even Jesus, in his compassion, set boundaries. He did not heal everyone at once, nor did he allow his mission to be consumed by others' expectations. As the chosen one, you too must set boundaries, not out of selfishness, but out of wisdom. To offer your light generously, you must protect your heart and spirit from being drained. This is why chosen ones often seek solitude or deep, meaningful connections. Have you felt the pull to withdraw from superficiality, to retreat into places where your spirit can rest? It is because you understand that to keep shining, you must nourish your inner flame. As it is written in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." You know that your safety, your strength, and your renewal come from the divine alone. Chosen one, your path may not be easy, but it is sacred. You are here to guide, to transform, and to remind others of the light they carry within themselves. Walk this journey with courage, knowing that every step you take serves a higher purpose. You are not alone, for the one who called you walks with you, replenishing you for the mission ahead. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of the chosen one, your journey, is the way you embody both mystery and clarity. To those who observe you, you are both an enigma and an answer. Have you ever felt people looking at you, searching for something they cannot quite name? This is because there is an indefinable quality to your presence, a light that cannot be fully captured, a wisdom that cannot be explained. You are magnetic, not because you try to be, but because your very existence transforms those who encounter you. Yet this aura of mystery serves a greater purpose. It is a constant reminder that you too are in motion, always learning, growing, and aligning with the divine purpose that has called you. It is this duality, being partially understood but never fully grasped, that keeps alive the fascination of those who seek you. Some may call it an obsession, but the truth is deeper. They see in you something eternal, something that transcends the ordinary. As it is written in John 3:8, "The wind blows wherever it pleases. You hear its sound, but you cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going." So it is with you. The intensity of your calling cannot be captured by words, for your life is not merely a human experience, but a spiritual journey in motion. Every interaction you have reminds you of this truth, that your light is both a gift and a responsibility, a force that must be wielded with wisdom and care. Have you noticed how those who approach you often do so in search of something they cannot name? They may not even know what brought them to you. It is as though you carry answers to unspoken questions, a compass pointing them toward what their souls have longed for. But here lies the challenge. Being this silent guide is both fascinating and exhausting. Even when you do not seek it, your presence becomes a beacon for the lost, a light that guides without forcing the way. This is part of your divine calling, but it is also why storms are drawn to you. Being a beacon does not come without its trials. Have you experienced how some people, unprepared for the depth you carry, project their own insecurities, fears, and frustrations onto you? To them, your light feels less like inspiration and more like a threat. You are a mirror reflecting truths they would rather ignore. This dynamic creates a cycle. Admiration turns to rejection, pursuit becomes avoidance. For you, chosen one, this constant push and pull requires unshakable discernment. You must learn to identify who is genuinely ready for transformation and who simply seeks temporary relief from their pain. This is where wisdom and compassion meet, where boundaries become not just necessary but sacred. Yet in this process lies something extraordinary. There is beauty in the way you connect the visible to the invisible, the tangible to the transcendent. You were not placed here merely to illuminate, you were called to challenge. You do not follow the flow of what is comfortable or familiar, you redirect it. Your presence unsettles complacency, inviting others to grow. Just as Jesus overturned the tables in the temple to restore sacred order, Matthew 21:12-13, you too are here to instigate necessary change. It may not always be welcome, but it is always meaningful. For those who have the courage to approach you and remain, you offer something rare and life-altering, the chance to see the world and themselves in a completely new way. Have you noticed how your presence, even in brief moments, leaves others changed? This is because you do not merely interact, you plant seeds of transformation. These seeds challenge, inspire, and awaken, sometimes in ways that are uncomfortable, but always profound. As it is written in 2 Corinthians 5:17, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come." Chosen one, your ability to disrupt what is stagnant and redirect others toward truth is part of your divine calling. You are both a guide and a catalyst, a vessel through which the unseen becomes seen. While it may feel like a heavy burden at times, remember this: the one who called you walks with you. In him you find strength, renewal, and purpose for the path ahead. Let your light shine boldly, for it is through you that many will find the courage to see themselves and their lives in a new and sacred light. For you, the chosen one, every day is a dance between the earthly and the eternal. Have you felt this tension, this constant balance between honoring your humanity and carrying a purpose that transcends your own needs? It's not an easy path. The world often pulls at you, trying to dilute your light, distract you from your mission, or make you question your impact. Yet you know your strength does not come from yourself alone, but from your connection to the divine. It is this sacred connection that sustains you, renews your energy, and reminds you that your mission, though challenging, is a sacred privilege. As it is written in Isaiah 40:31, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." The mission of the chosen one, your mission, is never just about you. Your light is an invitation to others, a call for them to recognize their own capacity to shine. Even in moments of pain, doubt, or fear, your presence serves as a reminder that something greater is at work, a plan that transcends human understanding. For those who have the courage to respond to this invitation, walking alongside you is not merely an experience, it is a transformation. Have you seen it? The way they begin to question, to grow, to rediscover a part of themselves they had long forgotten. This is part of the mystery and beauty of your calling. You are a guide not to yourself, but to the divine. There is something almost otherworldly about the dynamic between you and those who seek you. When people come into your presence, it feels like stepping into a different field of energy, a place where gravity shifts and the rules of the ordinary world no longer apply. This sensation is not mere curiosity, it is a deep need to understand, to absorb, to connect. But for you, chosen one, this energy can become overwhelming. You cannot turn off your light. It is not a performance, it is your essence. And while this light guides others, it can also exhaust you. Have you noticed how deeply you crave solitude at times, those moments when you retreat to recharge and protect what you carry? Even Jesus withdrew from the crowds to pray and find renewal, as described in Luke 5:16. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. This need for solitude is not weakness, it is wisdom. When you carry light, you become a catalyst for others. In your presence, the walls people build around their vulnerabilities begin to crumble. For some, this is liberating. For others, it is terrifying. You do not force change, yet your very presence creates the conditions for transformation. Some approach you with reverence, eager to absorb the energy you radiate. Others, unprepared for what they see reflected in you, may withdraw or lash out, resisting the truths they are not ready to confront. This duality is part of your journey, a constant balance of compassion, discernment, and boundaries. Chosen one, do you feel the weight of being a light in a world that often embraces darkness? Your existence is a reminder that there is something more, something that cannot be bought, controlled, or diminished. You challenge the world simply by being yourself. You do not conform, you redirect. Your life exposes the choices others make to remain in comfort, mediocrity, or illusion. This tension between admiration and resistance is the very reason your interactions hold so much power. For those willing to remain close, you offer a rare gift, not just inspiration, but transformation. This is not a surface-level change. It is a complete reconstruction of belief, purpose, and identity. As it is written in Romans 12:2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yet your mission is not to see every outcome, nor to harvest what you sow. Your role is to plant seeds, seeds of hope, truth, and awakening. These seeds may take months, years, or even lifetimes to grow, but they will bear fruit. Do not be discouraged if you do not see immediate results. As Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 3:6, I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow. Your purpose is to sow, and in that act of faith, you fulfill a role that transcends time. And yet, chosen one, even with all your strength and divine connection, you are still human. You feel the weight of being seen, analyzed, and sought after. You know what it is like to become a crutch for those who have not yet found their own stability. This is why balance is critical. You must protect your heart and your light. You must allow yourself to be replenished, not just by solitude, but also through your connection to the divine, and by those rare individuals who truly see and understand you. Your light is a sacred gift, but it is not infinite unless it is nurtured. Remember the words of Matthew 11:28, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Allow yourself moments of restoration, for only then can you continue to guide, inspire, and transform. You were called for a reason, and though the path is challenging, it is also sacred. Walk it with faith, chosen one, knowing that every step, every interaction, and every seed you plant is part of something far greater than yourself. To be a chosen one is, at its core, to live as a paradox. Have you noticed this in your own journey? On one hand, you carry within you a clarity and purpose that make you a beacon for others. Your light inspires, heals, and guides those who cross your path. Yet, this same light also makes you vulnerable, attracting not only those who seek healing, but also those who seek to consume what they cannot understand. You must navigate this delicate terrain with wisdom, knowing that not every gaze of admiration is benevolent, and not every connection is meant to flourish. This requires profound sensitivity and sharp discernment to separate those who genuinely seek growth from those who merely cling to someone else's brilliance. It is not selfishness, it is self-love. For your mission demands both giving and preserving yourself. Have you ever wondered why those around you are so profoundly affected by your presence? It is because you act as a constant invitation to introspection. People do not simply come to you for answers. They come because you awaken questions within them. Why do I feel this way around you? What is it about you that challenges me so deeply? These questions, though uncomfortable at first, are the doors through which others can enter a deeper understanding of themselves. This is the true impact of your presence. You do not offer ready-made truths, but create space, sacred space, for others to discover their own paths. As it is written in John 8:32, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. For you, chosen one, every interaction is like a multifaceted mirror. In others, you see reflections of your own journey. Their fears, hopes, and struggles resonate deeply with you. This profound empathy, however, can become a burden. Feeling others' pain so intensely requires immense inner strength and resilience. This is why you seek refuge in solitude, not out of arrogance or indifference, but out of necessity. In the silence, you reconnect with the divine source that sustains you. As Jesus himself withdrew to the mountains to pray, Luke 6:12, you too must retreat to find balance and restoration, replenishing your strength for the path ahead. Yet even in solitude, you are never truly alone. Your connection to the divine is your constant companion, a quiet current of strength that keeps you standing when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Have you ever paused to ask yourself, what if every struggle is preparing you for something greater? This connection reminds you of a deeper truth. You are not here by chance. Every obstacle, every confrontation, and every moment of doubt is part of a greater plan, a tapestry being woven with threads you cannot yet fully see. Knowing this may not erase the struggles, but it brings profound comfort. You are exactly where you need to be, doing what you were called to do. To the world observing you from the outside, you may appear as an indecipherable mystery, a being who moves between two realms, the earthly and the eternal. But to you, the experience is profoundly human. You love, you grieve, you question, and you endure like anyone else. The difference lies in your response. Instead of fleeing from pain or denying its presence, you embrace it. You understand that through these very experiences, your light grows stronger. As Romans 5:3-4 teaches us, we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Your strength does not come from the absence of challenges, but from how you transform them. Every pain becomes a lesson, every loss becomes a new beginning. Have you ever stopped to ask, what if your greatest trials are shaping your greatest purpose? This internal alchemy, the ability to turn suffering into wisdom, darkness into light, is what makes you not just a guide, but living proof that transcendence is possible, even in the darkest moments. It is a wisdom that cannot be learned from books or conveyed through mere words. It is born from the depths of your connection to the eternal, a truth that flows through every fiber of your being. And yet, this wisdom is often silent, more often felt than spoken. Have you noticed how others sense this depth within you, even when they cannot articulate it? It is like standing before the ocean. They see the surface, but they feel the vastness that lies beneath. This enigmatic quality is what draws others to you, like a flame that lights their path but is never consumed. As it is written in Matthew 5:14, you are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Your light cannot be extinguished, for it is divine. Chosen one, your journey is a profound paradox. You are both fully human and something beyond, a being who exists on the edge between the mundane and the sacred. This duality can feel isolating, for few understand what it means to carry such a vast mission in a world that values the superficial. Yet it is this very duality that makes you powerful. Your humanity allows you to connect deeply with others, while your spirituality elevates you, creating a bridge that touches lives in ways no one else could. Remember, you are not alone. The one who called you, equips you, sustains you, and walks with you. Have you ever asked yourself, what if the challenges you face today are shaping the legacy you will leave tomorrow? Your path may be challenging, but it is sacred. Every step you take, every soul you touch, and every lesson you learn brings you closer to fulfilling your purpose. Let this truth anchor you. You were chosen for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Walk boldly, for you carry a light that cannot be hidden, a light that transforms the world. You, the chosen one, are a living reminder that the divine can manifest in the ordinary, that the extraordinary exists within the everyday. Have you ever noticed how those who cross your path are rarely the same afterward? Something within them shifts, even if it is imperceptible at first. Perhaps it is a glimmer of hope where there was once despair, or a sense of purpose where emptiness had taken root. These subtle changes, born from your presence, hold the power to transform entire lives. For you, chosen one, this is both a profound responsibility and a blessing. You do not seek recognition or gratitude, for your mission is fulfilled simply by existing in alignment with your truth. And it is this alignment, this quiet, unwavering authenticity, that inspires others to discover their own truths. Have you considered that your light may be awakening the realization in others that they too carry a light worth shining? Even with all the strength you radiate, you know that your journey is not a solitary one. You walk with the divine, guided by signs you do not always fully understand, but learn to trust. How often have you moved forward with nothing but faith in something greater? This trust, though unseen, is your anchor. It keeps you going when the path ahead is unclear, when challenges feel insurmountable, and when doubt whispers at the edges of your mind. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth. Every moment of doubt is a chance to deepen your faith. It is this unwavering trust in a greater purpose that gives you the strength to persevere, not because the path is easy, but because you know it is necessary. As it is written in Proverbs 3:5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." You live in constant harmony with the invisible, perceiving nuances that others overlook. For you, life is not a series of coincidences, but a carefully woven web of synchronicities. Nothing happens by chance. Every encounter, every word spoken, and even those left unspoken, carries a deeper meaning, a message waiting to be understood. Have you begun to see these patterns, to decipher the currents that shape your reality? This ability to read beyond the surface makes you both a guide and a keen observer, someone uniquely attuned to the hidden forces moving through life. Your heightened perception is not something you chose. It is a natural consequence of your connection to the divine, a gift you carry with reverence, humility, and care. Yet, this gift comes with a cost. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the intensity of what you see and feel? You perceive and bear the world's pain in a way others cannot, carrying the weight of energies that others avoid. This burden, though sacred, requires you to walk the delicate line of emotional and spiritual protection. You must learn to separate what belongs to you from what belongs to others, to release what you are not meant to carry. It is not selfishness, it is survival. Even Jesus, when surrounded by overwhelming needs, withdrew to rest and pray, Luke 5:16. Likewise, you must seek solitude, not as an escape, but as a means of purification and renewal. In those silent moments, have you noticed how answers come? It is in this stillness that you reconnect with your essence, with the mission that calls you forward, and with the divine source that renews your light. Chosen one, remember this: your journey is not just for you. It is for those you inspire, guide, and heal simply by being who you are. Trust the signs, trust the struggles, and trust the quiet whispers of the divine that lead you ever onward. For your light is not yours alone. It is a reflection of something far greater, something eternal that has been entrusted to you. To those around them, the chosen one is a living paradox. Have you ever felt this paradox within yourself? A calm, unshakable serenity on the surface, yet beneath it, a heart that feels everything deeply. Your strength is both a shield and a bridge, allowing you to navigate between the visible and invisible worlds with a grace that few can truly comprehend. Those who draw near feel this strength, but they also sense the profound humanity that pulses behind it. It is this combination of strength and vulnerability, of light and shadow, that reveals your true power. You are not perfect, nor are you meant to be. Your authenticity, your willingness to be real, raw, and true is what makes you so magnetic. When someone sees you clearly, chosen one, they are not merely seeing a person. They are witnessing a reflection of the divine. Have you ever noticed how deeply others respond to you, even when no words are spoken? This recognition transcends rational explanation. It is a moment of spiritual communion where something unspoken but sacred stirs within both souls. For the observer, it can feel like finding a missing piece of a much larger puzzle. For you, it serves as confirmation that your light, the very essence you carry, is fulfilling its purpose. Yet, this profound connection requires care. Have you ever felt drained after sharing too much of yourself? Not everyone is ready to see so deeply or bear the weight of the truths your presence reveals. As the chosen one, you've to learn to balance sharing your essence with preserving it. Your light is a gift, but it is not meant to be spent recklessly. Like Jesus, who discerned when to speak and when to remain silent, you must protect your energy while still fulfilling your purpose. As it is written in Matthew 7:6, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." In the end, you know that your journey is both individual and collective. There are moments when you must walk alone, when no one else can fully understand the weight of your calling. But even in those moments, you are never truly isolated. Every step you take contributes to something far greater, a divine plan that unfolds like a grand symphony, with each note, each action, and each moment adding to its beauty. Do you see this truth within your own life? Your light is not only for you, it serves as a reminder to those around you that they too carry a spark of the divine within them. By living in alignment with your truth, you inspire others to seek their own light. You show them what is possible when one walks in courage, purpose, and faith. Chosen one, have you considered the ripple effect of your journey? Your presence plants seeds of hope and transformation in ways you may never fully see. Let this truth anchor you. Your light is fulfilling its purpose, not just in what you do, but in who you are. To you, the chosen one, the world around you is more than what the eyes can see. Have you felt it? The invisible threads connecting every being, every event, as if all are parts of a cosmic tapestry unfolding with divine precision. This profound understanding brings both peace and responsibility. You know that your actions, words, and even your silences create ripples far beyond the immediate moment. Every choice you make is not just about you, but about the echoes it will create in others. Does this awareness weigh on you at times? It is this deep responsibility that keeps you aligned with your purpose, even when the mission feels almost unbearable. Have you noticed how those who cross your path often don't realize the full extent of your impact until much later? A glance, a word, or even the quiet memory of your presence can reverberate in their lives like ripples in a pond. This effect, so subtle yet so transformative, is both a privilege and a mystery. Your life touches places you may never see, influencing thoughts, choices, and destinies in ways you may never fully comprehend. And yet, you don't need to see it. Your trust lies not in the need to understand, but in the certainty that everything is part of a greater plan. Your task is to remain faithful to the one who called you, knowing that no act of light, no matter how small, is ever wasted. You have also learned, chosen one, that your strength is not only in the light you give, but in your ability to renew yourself. Have you recognized the importance of these moments of introspection when you step back and reconnect with your divine source? You know that you cannot pour into others from an empty vessel. It is in these sacred pauses that you remember a critical truth. Your mission is not about perfection, but about authenticity. You're not here to please, to gain recognition, or to fit into anyone's mold. You're here to be, to embody truth, and to serve as living proof that there is something far greater at work, something guiding everything, even in the most uncertain times. In the end, you walk with a quiet serenity, the calm confidence of one who knows that your existence is part of something far greater. You do not seek glory, nor do you crave recognition. Why? Because you understand that true fulfillment lies in carrying out your mission with humility and love. Do you see how your persistence, even through the darkest moments, inspires others to keep moving forward? You are proof that light can never be extinguished, not by hardship, not by doubt, and not by fear. As you continue to walk this path, chosen one, you leave behind a trail of inspiration for those with the courage to follow. Even when the journey feels heavy, you persist because you know this truth. You were born for this. You were chosen to illuminate not only your own path, but also to light the way for others who are seeking their own truth. Remember the words of Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So keep walking, keep shining, and trust that every step you take is part of the divine plan unfolding through you. Throughout this journey, we have uncovered a profound truth that cannot be ignored. God's chosen ones are never invisible. Even when the world overlooks you, even when you feel disconnected, unheard, or forgotten, there's a higher purpose working through you. You are seen clearly, unmistakably, and eternally by the Creator Himself. And perhaps, right at this very moment, someone else, divinely guided, has been drawn to you. They can't quite explain why they feel this pull toward you, but deep in their soul, they sense the light, the wisdom, and the purpose that you carry. You are not just another person. You are a vessel of something extraordinary, something that those who are meant to see will recognize with reverence. The truth is, solitude has a sacred meaning for those chosen by God. It is not a mark of rejection, but rather a seal of protection. Your path was never meant to be crowded with distractions, shallow relationships, or people who cannot see your value. God sets apart His chosen ones to prepare them, refine them, and preserve their purpose. That is why the journey feels lonely at times. The silence is not a void. It is where God's voice speaks loudest. The isolation is not punishment. It is preparation. Can you feel that? Do you realize what this means? You are the light set upon a hill, a beacon in a world that has grown dim. Not everyone can handle that light. Not everyone can approach the flame. That is why God allows only those who are ready, those who have been called, to truly see you. And when they see you, they cannot ignore you. They are drawn in, fascinated by the clarity and strength that your presence brings. You, God's chosen one, carry a power you may not even fully recognize yet. A power that inspires, transforms, and lifts those around you. If these words have touched your heart, it is not by chance. God does not make mistakes. He has led you here because you needed this reminder. You are not alone. There are others like you, walking their own path of purpose, waiting for divine moments of connection. When the time is right, those who are meant to find you will. Until then, trust the process, trust God's timing, and trust yourself. If this message resonates with your soul, I encourage you to share it. Share it not just because others need to hear it, but because you might be the very light someone has been praying for. You may not even realize the impact of your voice. But that is the beauty of being chosen. God uses you in ways you may not see, but the ripple effect reaches farther than you could ever imagine. Your role in this divine story is significant. Do not hide your light. Do not silence your truth. Share it so others can find hope, strength, and connection through you. To you, yes, you, the one who feels unseen, unheard, or misunderstood, remember this. God has never taken his eyes off you. Every tear, every prayer, every silent moment has been accounted for. Your solitude has not gone unnoticed, and your pain is not wasted. You are stronger than you know, wiser than you feel, and closer to your breakthrough than you realize. Hold on to this truth. God is preparing you for something greater. He is positioning you for connections and opportunities beyond what you can see. The people who are meant to see you will see you. They will recognize the God-given light within you, and they will honor it. Until then, walk boldly. Walk in faith. Trust that the waiting is a divine process, shaping you into the person God created you to be. Thank you for taking the time to hear these words, for allowing this message to speak to your spirit. You are not here by accident. God sees you. I see you. And somewhere out there, someone else is being led to you because of the purpose you carry. May God bless you abundantly. May He fill your days with peace, strengthen your heart with courage, and surround you with His divine love. May the loneliness you feel today be replaced with joy and purpose tomorrow. And may you always remember, you are chosen, you are valued, and you are loved. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that you are never alone. God's favor, guidance, and protection go before you every step of the way. Amen